I am your host, Mark Poland, and may I welcome you to The Revolution. This podcast covers all sorts of topics ranging from politics, religion, supernatural, relationships, really anything I think is interesting and hopefully you find interesting as well. Our conversations will range from serious to silly. And I'm really excited about our topic and our guest today. For today's topic, I'm interviewing Jack Poland, my father, about his life and his experiences. Welcome to The Revolution, Dad. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. Good to hear it, Dad. So basically, I'm excited about this podcast because, you know, you're kind of a little reserved about your life, about talking about it. And I'm very grateful that you have decided to come on. And I think you've had a very interesting life. And I would just like to ask you some questions about it.
Shoot.
All right, Dad. So first question, what is your earliest first memory?
Learning to walk, and I walked across the kitchen floor. I remember that. That's my first memory.
Yeah. Was anyone in the kitchen or what?
I believe my mother and my grandmother.
Oh, yeah. You remember learning how to walk.
That's my first memory.
Okay. Do you have any early memories that from that time that stick out in your life?
Born very young.
You were born very young, Dad.
Yes.
I was also. I think I was a little older than you actually when I was born.
Maybe so. And I was born in Montana.
Okay.
My father was working construction up there. I was born in a small hospital in Kalispell.
Okay.
Flathead County. Been there once. Well, no, had to be at least twice. I went back once.
Okay.
And I was there a month or two, and then we went back to... Family was always going from wherever we were back to San Francisco, where my grandmother lived.
Okay. How many different places have you lived in your life?
Oh, my gosh. Well, that's a lot. My father, after I was born, apparently robbed a bank. And I didn't know about this till I was an adult. My mother told me.
I always thought it was an armored car.
She always said bank.
Really? See, this is why I'm glad we're doing this interview, Dad, because I'm the youngest. I always get the second-hand story passed down. I always thought it was an armored car. So he robbed a bank, and then what happened?
Well, he took off, and he took my brother Jess with him, who is 3 years older than I was.
Okay.
And I must have been, I think I was under one. I'm not,
Yeah.
My memory is not that good because I don't remember exactly what happened. I do know that he went off to Texas because I met one of his cousins who happened to be a deputy sheriff in Texas.
Okay.
And when he showed up, he told my father that the FBI was after him.
Uh-oh.
And he wouldn't say anything, but he needed to get out of town quick.
And where did he go?
He went to Alaska, the territory of Alaska at the time. And he had a partner. And he didn't trust his partner.
So the story goes.
Yes. And he learned from his cousin that the money was marked.
Uh-huh.
And so he didn't trust the partner, so he decided, well, if I let my partner alone, he'll spend the money and get arrested, and so will I. So he burnt the money. I never understood that.
Do you think it's possible that he didn't actually burn the money? He just didn't want anyone to know. He didn't want to know you. He didn't want you guys to know that he had this money. Is there anything verifying this story other than what he said?
No, just his word. That's true.
I think he had the money.
But the truth is, I tend to believe it because it's so ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you rob a bank and then you burn the money, and you're on the run from the FBI.
Yeah, and you're going to Alaska, which was a territory.
Yeah.
I mean, what year was this? This had to be around
49 or 50.
Okay, so it's not like the best, invade. People get away with a lot of stuff in the 50s and
Yeah.
40s.
Well, they didn't have the communication we have now. But he ended up, I know he lived on Kodiak Island. I
Okay.
know he was working or owned a salmon fishing boat, and he fished for salmon.
And how many years did he stay there?
I didn't meet him. Well, actually, my mother and my grandmother told me he was dead.
Jesus.
And I didn't meet him until after, well, Mom was thrown in jail in Prescott, Arizona. And I was in a foster home, the Pattersons at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I'd been there for 3 or 4 months, maybe a little longer. And probably closer to 6, because usually time for jail, 6 months.
Okay.
And this guy comes up to the house and tells my foster parents that he's my father. And I say, no, you can't be my father. My father's dead.
Wow, that's crazy. How old
And
were you, Dad?
11 years old.
11 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he begged to differ with me that he wasn't dead.
Did he
And
look like you?
maybe in the face a few places. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyhow, he picked me up, took me back with my mother. He picked my mother up from jail.
Okay.
And I met my brother for the first time, Jess. And this was,
Did you know you had a brother, or was that surprised or new to you?
no, I knew I had a brother because Mom was always, she's missing one of her children.
Yeah.
It was pretty tough on her. Maybe that's one reason she became an alcoholic. But
Yeah.
um, no, I met him. I was surprised. He was 3 years older than I was, so he was about 14.
Yeah.
And well, maybe I was closer to 10 because my dad died. No, I was 11. And he was running a gas station in Seligman. My father was.
Okay.
Apparently, he was just leasing it because the next thing I know, we were on our way to San Francisco.
So he had enough money to run this gas station.
Yeah, but that takes just rent money, and he's a mechanic
Okay.
and buy a little gas.
It could also be bank robbing money. just throwing that out there.
After 11 years, if he had any, it'd be gone.
Okay. How much did he make on the bank robbery?
I don't know. I never
know?
got the numbers,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
I wonder if we could look that up.
I've been trying.
You have?
Tried. I've almost been. I haven't done it. Freedom of information, and contact the FBI and give them the name and see if they give me whatever information they got.
They would have to, right?
I
They
don't
could
know.
find it
I'm
in a
not sure
box
how
somewhere.
far in freedom of information goes for crimes.
Yeah.
I know by the time it came back, the statute of limitations were gone. So
Yeah. That's what, 7 years or something?
6 or 7 years,
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay. So, Dad, I'm a little curious. What were you like as a child? Were you rebellious? Were you quiet? Were you curious? Kind of kid were you at that age?
All right, I'll give you some of my kid stories that I remember.
All right, here we go.
Most of my kid stories that I remember are in San Francisco.
Okay.
Me and my friends, Polly Host and Roy Peterson, I remember their names, and they were my friends, and we did a lot of stupid things together.
How old are we talking about right now?
Well, this would be, now this is before I met my father. So it would be somewhere between, let's say, 8, and then I kept coming back. So
You kept on coming back to
San Francisco, my grandmother,
and then
and that's where my friends were.
Okay.
And I went to school there in San Francisco at Sanchez Elementary. And I do remember that when I was about 11, I had a paper out. My brother had a paper out also. And for once, my father which was strange. He never had done this. Said, "Hey, I'll take you guys out to pick up your papers." You know, it was a Sunday. I remember that. It was January 10th, 1960. And went to pick up the papers, and they were big. These were the Sunday papers, and
Okay.
I had this little cart, and I would fill it up, and then I would roll it. Because I mean, honestly, it was over 100 and some odd pounds, and I was 11, so it
Yeah.
was fun. And the darn thing, I don't know, a wheel gave out or something, and it fell over. So I
Okay.
said, well, Dad was nice enough to, maybe you can come help me either fix it or something. So I go home, walk in the door, and my mother is screaming. She was drunk, and my father was dying.
Jesus, Dad.
And I remember calling the ambulance, and Mom's drunk and hysterical. And Dad, his heart, he had a heart problem.
Mm-hmm.
Just, he was gone.
That's so sad, Dad. I'm so sorry that that happened to you.
Well, we were living on Guerrero Street at the time in this old, old, old apartment. It was a duplex, kind of a shotgun thing with one house on one side, one house on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And, it had long hallways. I remember it had an old flush toilet where you pulled the thing
Yeah.
and the big tub with the claws and a little thing over it for a shower.
Wow.
And yeah, that was sad. After that, I didn't talk to my mother for a full year.
Wow.
I was mad
You
and
lived with
upset.
her, but you didn't talk to her for a year.
Well, I went to live with my grandmother,
Oh, okay.
and I just refused to talk to her. It was about a year,
Yeah. That's
and
that's, that's terribly sad, Dad.
well, it was what it was.
Yeah. But let's go back to when you were a kid, like
Okay,
before that. Like what stories do you have as a
okay.
child?
We had a guy who a glazier puts in windows. He was on the bottom floor under our apartments. We lived in this big apartment building in
Uh,
San Francisco. There were apartments on Sanchez Street and also on Market Street.
okay.
And we were sure, because he was a Russian, we were sure he was a spy. Me and my friends were positive he was a spy for the Russians. In those days, that meant something.
Yeah, this was like during the Red Scare.
Oh, it was completely more than Red Scare. I remember the Cuban Missile Crisis and
yeah,
all.
yeah,
Yeah. And, so what we did, we were going to get that damn Russian spy. So we loved water balloons. We'd fill balloons full of water.
Uh-huh.
And this thing was a 3-story apartment. And we got up to the very roof because they had these stairs, old wooden stairs, took us up to the roof.
Uh-huh.
And me and my friends waited because the guy, we knew he had come out of his store and play around with the mirrors and stuff he had for display.
Yeah.
Waited for him to come out. Bombs away! All of us dropped our water balloons on him. And then scran, they got him too.
So did you ever find out if he was a Russian spy? Did he have an accent? Why do you think
Heavy accent.
heavy accent?
Heavy accent. That's why we were so sure he was a spy.
He was probably like
He was
Eastern European or something.
Yeah, I don't. Poor guy. If I ever saw him again, I'd apologize.
So we're gonna go with rebellious as a child.
Yeah, and
That sort of runs in the family.
Well, okay. I wasn't always the best at kids because on Market Street, me and my friend Polly Host would walk down Market Street, big
Okay.
main street in San Francisco. When all the stores were full then, it was crowded. We'd walk down and go into stores and appropriate things. Yeah, we appropriated many things. One place we liked especially because they sold comic books, and we really liked it.
Did you ever get caught?
I'll tell you about that.
Okay.
And we'd go in and read the copybook and then slip it into this little bag we carried, and then pretend like we didn't buy anything and go on out. I remember going into a Army surplus store and stealing a bayonet.
So that's where your love of history came from. You're still buying bayonets.
Yeah, I'm still buying bayonets. Yeah.
That when you talk about your past as like that age, I like think of you like as a newsie.
Yeah.
Like you're on the street.
Yeah, on the street.
I mean, you weren't home very often. You were
there wasn't much at home, just grandma, and it was more fun on the street. We'd play, do stuff, go check things out. Went down to the ferry building. Big fun thing was going to the ferry building in San Francisco. It had an elevator. And we go up and down the elevator.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, or we'd go down to Fisherman's Wharf. We'd we'd fish. Never had a license, just fish.
Yeah. And I think a cop would have to be a really big asshole to fine like 9-year-olds or 10-year-olds for catching fish.
Well, nobody ever bothered us. No. We used to make coasters.
Coasters.
What they were, one of Grandma's boyfriends worked down at the shipyards.
Okay.
And every once in a while, he'd bring home these big ball bearings from the ship. And he knew I wanted them. He got me 4 of them.
Okay.
Then I got me a 2x4, and I carved out, and so it fit right into the ball bearing. Same with the other one, same with the back ones. Had a board.
Oh, so
I drilled a hole through the board, put a bolt through it, and so I could steer.
Perfect for San Francisco.
Yes. And, not always so perfect. I mean, I used it everywhere, but one day, me and Polly, and Roy too, I think, of this one, decided we wanted to try it on a big hill. And there was a big hill that ran straight down to Market Street, and there was a great big turn. We were going to go down the hill, take the turn, and go. Well, I was the first one on, and I got on that dumb thing, and it was fun. I was proud of it because it was fast.
I bet you were.
We oiled those things. They spin nice, and I remember the click, click, click of the sidewalks as they went because it was metal, and well, here I am. I got on this was a steep hill.
Uh-huh.
San Francisco has some very steep hills. Well, I'm coming down. The plan was to make the turn. Well, it was a very sharp turn. And this was Market Street. Cars, 1, 2, street cars. I mean, buses, everything.
Dad, did you invent the game Frogger?
No, I don't think I invented it.
I think you invented the game Frogger.
I do know that as I'm coming down, I realize the turn isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm going straight into Market Street. I think I lost 10 years of my life. Because we went right across Market Street, cars honking.
You were lucky to be alive.
All kinds of people. Crossed the track, crossed in front of a bus, all the way to the other side. I don't know how I lived through that.
Can you imagine, like, you're just driving your car, and all of a sudden this 10-year-old kid comes flying right in front of you?
Well, the thing about me is I wasn't always religious, but I always felt God,
Okay.
God was always with me. I remember sometimes had this long hallway, and Grandma used the 5-watt light in the hallway. It was long and dark.
Uh-huh.
And I was sure the devil lived in that damn hallway. And I remember going to the bathroom because the bathroom was at the end of the hallway.
Okay.
And you always had to go down this. I mean, when I say 5 watts, the light hardly even gave any light.
Yeah.
And I used to go down there, and I think I learned to pray. I was going down that hallway. But I've never ever had a time in my life where I didn't believe in God. I could feel him.
Yeah, that's definitely been a big part of your life. Religion has been a huge part of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I remember praying as a little kid. Always, I was praying.
Yeah.
I mean, I was raised it was more Baptist than anything else, more evangelical
Even
Baptist.
did your grandma ever?
Open Bible Baptist Church is where we went.
Oh, so your grandma did take you to church?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did your mom ever go to church with you?
I'm sure she did, but when she was sober, maybe.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of times in between when she wasn't sober.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Used to go get her out of the bars, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And her boyfriends.
Yeah.
A lot of boyfriends. She was a beautiful woman.
Was she?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, she was. No doubt about it. Remember, she went with this guy who worked with the mafia once.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, you go to bars. What are you going to expect? Not the best of people go to bars.
Yeah.
And he was a mafia something. I know I didn't like him and I didn't trust him. And I glad she finally, he dropped her. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was, and we went to Georgia. Mom married again, Jimmy Nobles. Now, I didn't want to go.
And this was before your dad?
Before, yes.
Okay.
Then this was, yeah, I was still 8, 9,
Okay.
10, somewhere in there. And didn't want to go. So I put nails against the tires, 2 sets of 2 tires.
Yeah.
And it worked, but it didn't work for 20 miles.
So they were stuck 20 miles. All four? All 4 tires?
No, I just did it for 2.
Just for 2?
And my dad had never, he would have killed me, or Jimmy Nobles would have killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never figured out what happened.
No.
You just had to change 2 tires.
I was innocent. Yeah. And we went to Georgia. I remember living in Georgia, picking cotton by hand.
Oh, wow.
I remember Jimmy Noble's father.
Picking it by hand. What, you didn't have a cotton gin?
No, cotton gin is something else. To pick it, you picked it by hand. Mom and I both were in the fields picking cotton by hand. He plowed the field with a mule.
Well, yeah, the technology, Eli Whitney should have looked him up.
Yeah.
better ways to pick cotton.
Well, at the time, that was what we were doing. He hired some people, and Mom and I were some of the people. We lived in the house and we picked cotton.
Wow, that's crazy, Dad.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward a little bit,
Okay.
Dad. Your teenage years.
Okay, teenage years. Well, we moved to Santa Rosa from San Francisco. My grandmother did, and she was my guardian at the time. And then after about a year, she died in Santa Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mother came and picked us up, and she was still doing her drinking, and had a guy named Romero as her man at the time. And Romero and I didn't get along. I was about 13 now, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, we didn't get along, and had a big fight with my mom. And I was going to the church then. I had actually, during one of my...
The Mormon church?
Yeah, I joined the Mormon church.
I thought you didn't do that until the Pattersons.
Well, I'd been at the Pattersons for foster home. That was the foster home my dad picked me up from.
Oh, okay.
But then what had happened is I was invited, me and my sister were invited to go to she was with me at the Pattersons too, and Juana, and we went one summer, and we spent summer there. And while I was there, I got permission from Grandma and got baptized. And actually, we went back to Hill Cumorah and did some other stuff when I was with him, and traveled with my when my foster father picked up a bus, and the rest of the family went to the New York World's Fair. But we picked up the bus and took it home. He was a member of the school board.
Okay.
and he had to pick up, and I think he used part of the money for vacation, for the whole family. And then,
When you were a teenager, Dad.
okay, I'm a
I know.
teenager.
Let me ask you a question about that. Were
Okay.
there any like fads, music, things, trends that you remember really liking or being into when you were a teenager?
Oh, I remember Elvis Presley, the Beatles. Well, I kind of like the Beatles. And used to listen to KOMA from Oklahoma City in
Yeah.
Cottonwood. And what had happened is I had run away from home
Yeah.
and stayed with my friends, the Spencers, the members of the church. And I got a hold of the Pattersons, and we negotiated with my aunt because my mom was drunk. And I told her that if she didn't let me go to the Pattersons peacefully and send my little bit of money I got for Social Security from my dad to them, I was going to tell Social Security exactly what was happening to the money, because there were
Yeah.
times
And
we didn't eat.
your mom didn't want that.
No, we didn't eat sometimes. I remember one Halloween, the only food we had for a week was what we could trick or treat.
Oh, wow.
And anyhow, so they negotiated and I went, and that's how I ended up with the Pattersons.
Okay.
And that
How was the change? Like how much did your life change?
my
like
life
like
changed completely because all of a sudden I'm not a street kid anymore. I'm a rancher's feed store son. So I'm a cowboy now.
so what did you wear before the Pattersons? Like what kind of clothes did you wear?
Well, okay, I could tell you that. One of my favorite outfits was engineer boots, pants that went over the engineer boots, a leather jacket, my hair right like so,
Like a
the little
greaser?
piece. Exactly.
You dress like a greaser, Dad?
And so did my brother Jeff.
I had no
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
idea.
Pompadour right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, that's what I meant by like fads or trends. I didn't like
Yeah.
you
Yeah. I was
dressed.
into that.
You
Yeah.
were into that, and then
Yeah.
you were what, dressed like a cowboy?
Then I became a cowboy.
Did you have like cowboy hat?
Oh, yeah. I had boots, cats, everything. Yeah. I mean,
I want to see pictures of this stuff, Dad.
pictures of that. I probably somewhere, but I always wore cowboy shirts and Levi's and most of the time boots because, they didn't have the footwear we have now.
Yeah,
You wore boots
yeah,
or our regular shoes.
yeah.
You
There
did,
wasn't a lot of options.
no, there wasn't all the nice footwear we have now. But
So, like at first, transitioning, right? You'd grown up on the streets.
yeah.
You're apparently a greaser, and now you're like this cowboy. And like, was that hard for you? Was it pleasant? What was that like?
Well, it was. I enjoyed it. I worked at the feed store with Dad Patterson. I learned all about. I could fill out receipts and I could bale hay. I could buck hay and I could move sacks of grain and everything. I did that for
Wow.
years. I think I got, well, I think I started off at 50 cents an hour. Then I went to 70 cents an hour. That
So
was back then.
so they paid you.
Oh, yeah, I was always paid.
Yeah. Okay. Do you remember a moment, Dad, when you first felt like an adult?
Oh, gee. I'm not sure if I feel like an adult now. Uh, I don't know. I guess
Did you have your own car? Did you like buy your own car? How old were you when you got your first car?
I was off my mission before I got my.
Oh, okay. So you were much farther down.
No, I was always borrowing the family car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and dating in the family car and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Going to the drive-in was about the only thing you could do in Cottonwood at the time.
It had a drive-in? I'm
Oh
surprised
yeah,
it did.
that was a big thing to do. The A&W and the drive-in. Yeah.
Hey, Dad, is there any like defining moment or really big memory that happened to you as a teenager that you would like to talk about?
Well, I don't know if you want to make it religious.
You can,
Okay.
just because that, I don't believe, Dad.
I know you don't.
This episode is just about wanting to record some things about your life. I'm not here to debate you unless you would like to debate. I love to debate, Dad.
I know you do.
We can talk about why you're wrong on so many levels, and you can talk about how I am wrong on so many levels.
I know you're so
That's
wrong.
most of our conversations, but today it's really just I want to know about, your life. I'm asking it things. I'm not here to debate you.
All right, let me tell you about why I joined the Mormon Church.
Boo. No, just kidding. Yes, of course.
I was again, I was about 10, 11, I guess. And I'd heard about it. They had missionaries come over, and what they were telling me felt familiar to me. And I thought, well, let's find out. There's this promise in the book of Moroni that if you read these things, if you ask God, you'll know if it's true. And I believed it. So I read the whole Book of Mormon.
At 11?
At 11, yes.
Can I ask you a question? Like, making that big of a decision about your life at 11 years old, I mean, like, how is that, like, possible?
Well, let me tell you why. I did ask. And I asked sincerely. At the time, I had got hepatitis, and I had been sick for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't even leave the house. I was supposed to be down for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I'd finished the Book of Mormon, and I had asked. And sure enough, I don't know how to describe it, but it was an answer so clear, so strong, that to my dying day, I can never deny it. I felt the presence of God telling me that this was truth.
There you go, Dad.
And then it came, and so I joined the church. That was it.
For me, it's just like it needs to be more than a feeling, because there's all sorts of feelings.
I know.
But we won't go there.
Okay. Well, I have many reasons since then for believing it to be true.
That's good.
I have to remember you're talking to an ex-bishop here, son.
I know. I remember. I was a little kid when you were
there. Yeah.
And all your family are now sinners. Broke away.
Not all, most, but not
all. Dad, here's a question.
Sure.
If you could give your younger self advice, what would it be?
I guess my younger self, I'd say, finish your education. I never did. I got a couple years of college.
That is very interesting, Dad.
I would tell him to finish my education, and
because growing up,
don't be so quick to get married.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing, Dad. Like, I remember as a teenager, like, the emphasis was not education. The emphasis was like a mission.
Oh, well, a mission too, but
like I remember you saying, "Oh, college is for like." Is a waste of money or time. And it's just interesting because I was younger. That's how I perceived it.
Well, I just think it's interesting. At that time I thought that. I don't know. And a lot of college is a waste of time. A lot of those degrees are worthless.
What would you have gotten a degree in?
Any of the hard sciences.
What would you?
History for fun. Yeah. You know me.
Yeah.
History, yes, I would have gone there. That's
if you didn't have the career you had, and for the listening audience, my dad has worn many hats. He has had many different businesses.
Want me to tell you what I've done?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
I started off, I used to sell newspapers on the streets of San Francisco. Newspaper, here, get your news. In the middle of Market Street.
You were a newsie. Yeah.
I was a newsie. And I will also then I delivered the newspapers. Then I worked in the feed store, and I raised prize-winning cattle. for my FFA project, and chickens. I am the chicken champion of the state of Arizona for 1966.
It's got to
Chick
be
judging.
There's got to be like an
Right
award.
there.
Oh, there it is. I thought it would be at some sort of like ranch thing somewhere.
No, every year we go down to the university and compete. And some years I was second or third down,
Yeah.
our team was, and then the last year we were first.
All right, what was after that?
Then I did work in a movie, The Devil's Brigade.
Yeah, you were an extra. I've seen the movie.
Yes.
I
yes,
see you marching.
I was marching. I was a German soldier. I was a Canadian soldier. I was an American soldier.
Yeah.
I was even a stand-in for, what was his name? I forgot his name. It'll come, for the Star. And it wasn't Cliff Robertson. It was the other one. Because I was about the same height and build he was.
So,
and they just focused their lights on me. That was
yeah. And after, so you're an extra.
Then I went on a mission.
Okay. So you're talking young. This is like all like
19, 18
years.
when I was finished. I just finished a summer and a year in college. And then I went on my mission to the Eastern Atlantic states. I served 2 years all over
Ohio.
No, I was. I was first stationed in Wheeling, West Virginia. Then I was in parts of Maryland and Virginia and Pennsylvania, even a little bit of New York.
I thought it was Ohio.
That's
where Andy
did something
went,
in Ohio, but it was on the border.
Gotcha.
I was in Wheeling, and part of our mission took in a little bit of Ohio.
Gotcha.
And I did do something in Ohio, Youngstown, actually.
Okay, so you get home from your mission. What's your job after that?
Well, let me think. I come home from my mission. I'm working at a boys' home.
I thought you ran the boys' home.
No, I worked at a boys' home first. Jack Morgan's boys' academy he had. And then I thought, well, if Jack can do it, he was a little older than I was. I said, I can do it. I'm a returned missionary. I can do anything.
Uh-huh.
Not a little arrogant in those days. And so I started a boys' home. Had boys in Cottonwood, and then I started a branch in Chino Valley. And then we had a fire. And we camped out for a while. Then I had to send the boys home. And we built a new...
what happened? Why was there a fire?
The furnace in the place we were renting, I think, went bad.
Yeah.
But the lady who owned the place saw
and you were married to Mom at the time, right?
Oh, yeah. I got married. I was working for the boys' home. And when I started the boys' home, I married.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy.
Yeah. And then it burnt down, and then you had to build another one?
We did. I met Mr. Burbacher of Christown. He was the owner of Christown at the time, and a few other small malls and stuff. Had some money, and he bankrolled us, bought a piece of property, and it was an old labor camp, and with a hammer and nails, I rebuilt it into a boys' home.
And that's how you did discipline at the camp, the work, because you said it was an old labor camp. That's how the boys.
No, that isn't how we did. No.
That's how you ran it.
I went to school like everybody else, and it was. Matter of fact, one of the problems we had.
Why'd you do it, Dad? Why a boys' home? Just because you worked there, or was there any emotional?
Okay, I had spent some time in juvenile detention.
Yeah,
and I never talked about the escape, but we were in there after Dad died. The grandma was convinced by my Aunt Vera that she couldn't take care of me and little Juana and Judy.
Yeah.
And so they convinced her to give it to the city. And so we were putting in juvenile detention center. And
you escaped.
After a while.
Yeah. Let me see if I get the story right. You volunteered for the kitchen.
Yes.
And you had like butter knives or
yes.
something, and you
Well, I had
undid the.
noticed that the windows, it was one of these window things that open up about this far. But you couldn't completely open it. But I noticed how it was put together, and I said, I can fix this. And so I got a butter knife and I fixed it. I took out screws, and all of a sudden it opened all the way. And the trouble was,
That's great, Dad.
I got out and I went and saw Juana and Judy because they were in a different block than we were.
Yeah.
And I somehow I figured out where they were and talked to them for a few minutes. But it was late at night, you know.
Yeah.
And everybody was supposed to be asleep. And my brother, Jess, went off to see his girlfriend. But I had no place to go. I had no girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I just wandered around outside, enjoyed my freedom, avoided the guards, and went back in, put the thing back together when my brother got back. And before we left, we had half the place leaving.
Because you told everyone.
Yeah, of course we did. You want to get out at night, guys? That's what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you own this boys' home. What got you out of the boys' home business?
Well, our first child,
Andy
was born, and two things. I was trying to get, well, they did something to me. I had been the director of the boys' home for several years, and the guy who was the inspector for homes didn't like me, mainly because when I first applied, they were a little slow at getting things done, and I went to my uncle Boyd Tenney, who happened to be the chairman of the Appropriations Committee in the Senate of Arizona.
Okay.
And he made a couple of phone calls, and I got my license in about 2 days.
Wow.
When I'd been waiting for over almost 2 months.
Yeah.
And been working on fixing a place, and I'd been promised nothing happened.
So he didn't like you.
Well, he thought I had undue influence, and I was just a kid. I had no degree. And the reason I got into it is I felt I didn't want these kids to go to juvenile detention. I'd been there. It's no fun.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, we could run a home and give them a place to learn. And I just thought I was doing my bit.
Yeah.
And I did for several years. And then when my Andy was born, I went in and asked the board to go from $600 a month, to what I was getting paid, which wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great, to $750. Because, again, I had done all the carpentry. I'd done all the remodeling.
Yeah.
I had organized, picked up all the guys, wrote all the program. They hired a psychologist to be the director, and I was his assistant. He knew absolutely nothing and didn't know how to handle the boys. I had to teach him everything.
Wow. Yeah.
And he was getting more than I was. And I had applied for just a little bit, just so I could, I had a baby now. I needed to take care of things.
Yeah.
And they denied me. And I said, well, guys, I started this. I did all the work. It's now yours. And I
and he walked away.
Went to California and worked construction.
Okay. How long did you
I was making $6 an hour.
Was that good?
At the time, it was great. Remember, that was $240 a week. That was almost $1,000 a month.
And what decade was this?
Well, this was in the 70s.
Okay.
Early 70s.
Yeah.
I was in California when we had the gas crunch, when in the lines for gas, all that.
Yeah.
I hadn't mentioned that I remember when Kennedy was killed, I was a sophomore in high school. I remember the announcement. I remember exactly where I was.
It's kind of like me remembering 9/11.
Yeah, same thing.
Like, I remember exactly everything that happened that day. You remember Kennedy.
And I remember 9/11 too.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Do
I was in both of them. Yeah.
you remember the moon landing?
Oh, yeah.
Where were you?
On my mission.
You were on your mission when that happened? Huh.
Just ready to come home, just about. Yeah.
Okay, so other careers you have not mentioned. You owned a movie store.
Well,
You have owned a gold mine.
yes.
You've done real estate.
Yes.
You sell like auto parts. You once owned 1 million gloves.
Oh, yes, I did. I was a millionaire in latex clothes. Yes.
You flipped homes.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's many others that I am not saying.
I was an Indian trader for 11 years.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that one. The Indian jewelry.
Yeah, in Indian jewelry and a rock shop. So we knew all about lapidary stuff, and we sold lapidary stuff and saws and all the equipment, silversmith supplies. Hired silversmiths to work for us. I went into partnership with my mother and Green. Actually, I was coming in after I left California. I was supposed to be running a mattress factory for Big John Boyd, who was a member of the church and a cousin, one of the Tinnies. And he wanted me to come and run this mattress factory for him. And I got there, and the mattress factory never materialized. And so I
decided to sell Indian jewelry. Like, how did you get into that?
Well, my brother Rick was already he had a contact on the Hopi Reservation, and they were selling in chip inlay sterling silver jewelry in California. And I knew about it, and I knew he was making good money. And I had talked to my mother, and they were wanting to retire. And they put up the money, and I went on the reservation and started buying jewelry. I was a licensed Zuni buyer. I went to Zuni many times and every time I went, spent $10,000.
Wow.
And we traded all over the country, went to shows.
Yeah.
We had the store in Cottonwood and did real well. I mean, but it was a fad. Indian jewelry was a fad, and I was right in the middle of it.
And then sales started went down.
Yeah, I had been leasing a store. Well, first of all, we were in this old rock shop, but it was too small. We leased another building. Then we built a building. Me and Green built the building.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the laundromat now.
Yeah.
But we built that building by hand, him and I.
Dad, I've always respected your ability to be an entrepreneur, to create your own business.
Well, I guess I had watched Dad Patterson. He was my model.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was an entrepreneur, and it was kind of in my blood because I'd been selling things as a kid, newspapers, everything.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd rather be my own boss than work for somebody else because I had done that. I'd worked construction for somebody else. And I didn't really...
I don't think you would ever work well with having a boss, Dad.
Oh, I had many bosses.
You're too stubborn.
Hey, they liked me. I just shut up and did my work.
Yeah, right.
I did.
I don't buy that for a second, Dad.
Yeah, it's the truth. I know, it was the truth. And then, I did that. Well, we did that for 11 years, and we started the video business because things were slowing down in the
I do remember the video store because I always remember as a little kid going in and taking the candy.
Yeah, always that.
That was always good.
Yeah, and matter of fact, we even made candy for a while.
Oh, Mom?
What?
Well, when did you make candy?
I read somewhere about how you could make money making candy, and since we already had a store and it was a tourist store, I thought, well, it'd fit in. So we started making chocolate candies, a bunch of different ones. And
did Mom do that, make the candy? Or?
She did some, but it was mostly my mom and Green and me and some of our help.
And Green is your stepfather.
Yeah. Ed Green was my stepfather. I got along with him fine.
Yeah.
Only one of my stepfathers I got along with fine.
And she was with your mother the longest.
Oh,
He was
yes.
the
Yeah.
last one.
He kind of went with her when they cleaned up and stopped drinking, and they did for years, and then every once in a while they'd have a fallback.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I was a bishop for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then we moved down in 1990. I guess we moved down to Phoenix because, well, we had sold the store, and because things had been slowing down, and the Indian jewelry had been cutting off, and we weren't making enough. So
Yeah.
I thought, well, go down and see if I could do real estate. I had a real estate license. I'd also been a mortgage broker,
How did you get the real estate license? Like,
like everybody else.
you took classes?
Took
Did
the
you pay for
classes.
classes? How long did it take you to do that?
It was, I think we had to do 40 hours of classes, pass a test, and then we became an agent. And then after 2 years, you could become a broker.
Yeah. And then you were selling land in Tucson.
Well,
Correct.
yeah, I'd sold in Cottonwood too. I'd been a agent, and I actually even hired a broker to be my boss, and had a little real estate agency there. But one of my aunts and one of the Tenney aunts, and then we moved down. I then got in hold of this guy who had a bunch of land in Tucson, and he wanted me to run it. There's several thousand acres, and I took over and I sold that for many years. But the reason I did is because I was, instead of getting the normal 6%, I was getting 25%, but it was in payments over years.
Yeah.
So I never got rich, but I had income.
Yeah. Well, we only have a little bit of time left, so
Okay.
I'd like to ask you a few more
Okay, ask away.
questions, Dad. What are you most proud of in your life? What are you most proud of?
Well, I'm proud of my children, all of them. All of you have been honest and good men in your own way. Not exactly my way, but your way. And I appreciate that. I'm very proud of that. And I'm proud of being independent, doing my own thing when I wanted to do it.
You are certainly independent.
Yes, yes. And of course, my church work. I'm always proud of that.
Dad, how would you like to be remembered?
Good question. I don't know, just as I guess as a guy who cared, because I did care about all my children. I cared about the people who work for me. I cared about my businesses. But like now, I have a business where my employees make much more than I do.
Really?
Yes. All of them do because I'm only working part time.
Dad, what are some lessons you hope your children and grandchildren carry on?
First thing all of my children had to learn, and I think they did, was like I did, the value of hard work, honest hard work. There's nothing wrong with doing a hard day's labor. It's uplifting, and if it's honest, you can't beat it, no matter what you're doing.
All right.
And to remember their God, because whether they like him or don't like him, he likes them.
Thank you, Dad. What has life taught you that you couldn't have learned any other way?
When it knocks you down, get up.
Absolutely.
That's the big. Never stay down. Never admit defeat. Just get up and try another angle.
I wish we had more time, Dad. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I love you, Dad.
Well, I love you too, son. I love all of my children, but each one has a special place.
Aw.
And
You, Dad.
because they're each of you are so darn different.
Oh, that's true. My daughters are like night and day.
Yes, yes. Yeah, those are two bright flowers.
All right. Thank you, Dad. I love you.
Love you.